Can a political insult become a badge of honor? In Texas, it's happening right now, and it's getting, well, freaky. Before we dive deeper into this political tightrope walk, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and keeps you informed. Texas Democratic Senate candidate James Talafreako is fully embracing a moniker that his Republican opponent, Ken Paxton, meant as an insult, Talafreako. This isn't just a passing jab. Talafreako is actively selling t-shirts with the slogan "I'm a Talafreako," even encouraging supporters to buy them at a recent general election kickoff event in Houston. He playfully acknowledged the insult, saying, "I also saw that Ken Paxton started calling me Talafreako, and I am proud to announce that we have I'm a Talafreako t-shirts on our website. So, when you go home tonight, make sure you grab one." The crowd's enthusiastic chant of Talafreako after he left the stage suggests a certain level of buy-in from his supporters. However, this bold move comes at a time when Talafreako is already facing intense scrutiny over a series of controversial resurfaced comments. These include remarks such as God is non-binary, that there are 6 genders, and that the Bible supports abortion. These statements have been seized upon by Republicans as evidence that Talafreako is too far left for Texas voters. A strategist familiar with the race told Fox News Digital that Talafreako can't run from his record of supporting every freaky left-wing policy under the sun. The strategist argued that selling Talafreako merch simply reminds people that he is on the wrong side of every 80-20 issue, adding, "It's so weird." The criticism isn't just coming from strategists. Senator Eric Schmidt of Missouri weighed in on Talafreako's comments about transgender identifying children, stating, "Talafreako was constructed in a woke lab. In the end, that dog won't hunt." Senator Ted Cruz of Texas echoed the sentiment, posting on X, "Texas will never elect someone who thinks God is non-binary." These reactions highlight the significant cultural and ideological divides that Talafreako's campaign is navigating. But not everyone sees this as a losing strategy. Eric Koch, founder of Downfield Strategies, believes Talafreako's campaign is co-opting the insult effectively. He argues that this move demonstrates Talafreako's willingness to fight back, especially after Talafreako himself launched strong attacks against Paxton, calling him the most corrupt politician in America and accusing him of engaging in Epstein-style sweetheart deals to pedophiles. Koch suggests that this aggressive stance, coupled with the Talafreako embrace, will make the race a clear choice between Talafreako and Paxton. At the Houston rally, Talafreako didn't hold back, labeling Paxton as a politician who has sold us out for years. If elected, Talafreako pledged to file a comprehensive anti-corruption package, including bans on unlimited corporate PAC donations, congressional stock trading, and gerrymandering, alongside establishing term limits and overhauling the Supreme Court. This positions him as a reformer fighting against a deeply entrenched, allegedly corrupt system. Talafreako directly addressed the criticisms he's facing, acknowledging that they're going to throw everything they've got at us. He listed the labels already being applied: radical leftist, fake Christian, and even vegan, calling them fighting words in the state of Texas. He then reframed these attacks, declaring, "The only truth out of all of those lies is that we are a threat. We're a threat to their corrupt system." He further contrasted his own record with Paxton's, stating on MS Now, "Ken Paxton has a criminal record. I have a legislative record." Talafreako touted his bipartisan achievements in the Texas House, including passing over 60 bills aimed at lowering property taxes, raising teacher pay, and reducing costs for housing, prescription drugs, and childcare. He confidently declared, "I'm gonna put that record up against Ken Paxton's criminal record any day of the week, twice on Sunday." Meanwhile, Ken Paxton continues to paint Talafreako as too progressive, posting on X that James Talafreako is too radical for California, let alone Texas. This dynamic sets up a stark contrast for voters, Talafreako presenting himself as a reformer with a legislative record versus Paxton, a politician with a criminal record facing his own legal battles, who is leaning heavily on ideological attacks. The core question for Texas voters now becomes whether they see James Talafreako's embrace of the Talafreako label and his progressive stances as a sign of bold authenticity and a desire for change, or as a reflection of radical views that are out of step with the state. This strategy is a high-stakes gamble, turning a potential weakness into a symbol of defiance. Will it energize his base and attract swing voters, or will it solidify opposition and remind Texans of the controversial comments that have defined his public image? The outcome hinges on how effectively Talafreako can frame himself as a fighter against corruption while managing the perception of his progressive bona fides. So, what do you think about James Talafreako embracing the Talafreako insult? Is it a winning strategy or a political misstep? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This election is shaping up to be one of the most fascinating, and perhaps strangest, in recent memory.